Back in 1970, 71, 72, folks, Jim Rohn was saying the same thing he's saying today. He just says it much louder because he's more well-known. People understand more of what he says, but it's the same message. And the fact that he gave me an audio cassette series that was over 30 years old, it was older than me, and it has fallen apart. But, I started to listen to it, Mike, and I'll tell you what, it was amazing. It completely fired me up. Just the fact that this audio cassette, the one you're all listening to today, can be passed along 5 years from now, and somebody's going to benefit from that. And you know what? They're going to achieve financial freedom.
Well, success is a journey. It really is, and you learn those things, Mike. You've learned them because I tell everybody that I've learned this industry and this business through osmosis. I kind of grew up in it just like you did. I'm very grateful that I grew up in this industry. I'm very grateful that my mom and dad always were putting books in front of me. For my 18th birthday, I got a book called The University of Success from Og Mandino, and it's a compilation of all the different books that Og Mandino has written. Just an incredible series. So I listen to those. I read those books. I listen to the tapes and just understand that we become what we think about. We all know that. We understand that. That's just a part of the process. So we just highly encourage you to definitely focus in on those types of things and really, benefit from the tape series. And I would just tell you to listen to this tape series more than once because you'll hear something the next time that you didn't catch this time. I would tell you to listen to it over and over again because repetition is the mother of all skill. The reason why Mike Lemire is as good as he is because he's listened to the tapes over and over and over again. He's read the books. He's worked harder on his trade. He's brought more value to society, to his business as a whole, and to the industry as a whole. And the same applies with me. And I'm just excited about being able to share that with you. But all Mike and I have done is become sponges. And I think that that's what you have to do with this training series. And you got to share it with people because, helping other people is what this industry is all about, Mike. And that's why I got involved because nobody gets hurt. We're able to help people when we do it honestly. We do it with integrity, which is vitally important to me. And we do it, with courage, and we have some fun with it. And I think that that's the key, as a lot of people take it too seriously. You can't take it too serious. You got to have some fun. And I think that, life's not worth it unless you're having some fun. You got to learn how to be happy. That's what success is about. And you learn that whatever your definition of happiness is, you can accomplish that, your dreams, whatever it might be, by starting that process. And it doesn't happen overnight. Please understand, it does not happen overnight. It's an evolution. It's a process. It's that slight edge philosophy. It's those little 1% things every single day compounded over a year, 2 years from now, 3, 4, 5 years from now. But listening to these tapes, working leads, think about that. Think about that. If you just get 100 leads a month or 200 leads a month or whatever it might be for the next 5 years, just think of how many leads you're going to have worked at that point in time. And if you know how to get referrals, which I guess is another program, really, you're never going to run out of people to talk to. So I would just highly encourage you to definitely listen to this, share it with your friends, and just get excited about the industry as a whole and understand that, find the thing that you're passionate about. Find the company that you're passionate about and just give it, make that commitment. I've always said the definition of commitment is simply doing what you said you would do long after the mood that you said it in has already passed. So that's discipline, and that's doing something way down the road. You get more excited about it, 2, 3, 4 years from now, but you're still doing that. You listen to this tape series, you're going to get fired up. You start working your leads. What are you going to do next Wednesday when, you've had some bad luck? Maybe you haven't sponsored somebody in. Maybe you haven't sold something. Maybe you haven't recruited that person. Whatever it might be, what kind of commitment are you going to make to yourself and your family? And the way to get past the negative side of that is to develop your personal, I don't like the self-help thing. I like personal development. It's a better term. I just feel like when you're doing those types of things, you're able to overcome any obstacle that's put in front of you, and the bottom line is that if we can do it, you can do it. And I'm telling you, there's so many good people out there that are making big money, Mike, and you and I both know it. And they're not any better than you. Okay, so the listener, I want you to understand that you can accomplish whatever you want to accomplish, and don't let anybody steal your dream, as my dad would say.
And you're absolutely right. If you look at many people's backgrounds in this industry, and it's amazing, some people just assume you have to be the type of person that can stand up in front of a group or you can be the major center of influence. That's not true. It's like the statement I use several times, and I'll use it for the rest of my life. And it's my claim to fame. I've never been the sharpest tool in the shed, folks, but I've always been in the shed. And that's what you have to be, is in the game. You got to be in the shed. If you look at my background, I always tell people I wouldn't have graduated high school if it wasn't for peripheral vision. But that's why I do so well in networking and in training the personal development arena, because I copy successful people, and then it takes on a life of its own, and you will do that too. But you got to give yourself that opportunity.